Art is all about making people think, taking the unseen and making them visible. What are we going to find when we start teaching this to our children? The whole purpose of art is to take an unseen concept and visually represent that. It's to make people think, to think about the meaning, the purpose, the intention behind a work of art. Those of us that have an eye for design are able to see things not as they are, but as they could be. These kinds of thinkers are visionaries. They are full of hope in how we can shape the future. We can teach our children how to have hope and think in this way. We can teach them how to see and represent different perspectives and points of view of an idea. By engaging in art, we can actually increase our children's understanding of others. It is a high level of thinking to be able to take a really complex idea and simplify that into an artistic expression. As you can see, there is noble purpose behind teaching our children art. It is not one of the lesser subjects. Even if it's not considered a core subject area, that doesn't mean that it's any less valuable of a skill for our children to engage in. If you find yourself teaching reading and writing on a daily basis and then art maybe once a week, then you may want to reconsider how artistic expression can really stimulate the imagination. Keeping that essence of purposeful play in how we express ourselves is important for our whole lives. We can do this with our children in our homeschools through 4 of the main streams of art, and these are dance, drama, music, and visual arts. I alluded to how often you include art. Art is a beautifully paired subject. It is really easy to intertwine and incorporate it with the teaching of other subjects. So, for example, with dance, you can teach the foundations of movement, and this movement also would be physical activity. With drama, your child can present a script, and this could be a story that they wrote themselves that also highlights story structure. For music, your child may present a musical piece with an instrument that is part of the culture that they are studying with their social studies or languages. In this way, it can be really simplified to weave in these different streams. However, it's also good to note that we don't need to weave in all these streams all the time. While I do recommend that you address each of these 4 streams every year, that could be through a spiralized approach of a little bit here and there throughout the year. Maybe a month focus on dance, and then a month focus on drama, and then a month focus on a new instrument. Or it could look like weekly lessons in creative writing or ballet. It could even look like one intensive unit for that topic for the year, like a week-long drama camp. Alternatively, you could weave this into everything else that's already happening. So, for example, if your child is learning botany with life sciences, you may have them paint a lavender plant and then label it and then give a full description of how the water gets drawn up in a creative and perhaps humorous story form. In this way, incorporating these different streams feels really natural and easygoing, and is playful and fun, just like the essence of art is. As you consider how you go about teaching art in your homeschool, I would like you to consider this perhaps new perspective, and that is to highlight the intention and the purpose behind artistic expression. I mean, we see this modeled for us in creation. In the very first creative expression, we see intention and purpose behind everything that was created. And we were made in the image of our Creator. So as your child creates, then it is valuable to draw out from them what is their intention and purpose behind what they've created. I'm talking about the mood, what the imagery represents, the meaning behind it. And these don't need to be really structured questions that are a downer on the creative and playful time. These are just questions that start to stimulate your child's thinking. And even if they don't necessarily know the answer at the time, by asking the questions, you are planting seeds of thinking for the back of their mind to start working through. It could be that the entire purpose of something your child creates is purely for enjoyment. And that is a noble cause too, because we see with the Garden of Eden that this was created for human enjoyment, for people to observe, notice, and interact with the beauty around them. Expressing beauty and maintaining beauty is a joyful process, and it's definitely something we want to give our children plenty of experience with. As we consider where these experiences are going to take them, we are actually preparing them for an ever-changing future. Perhaps you're like me and didn't have a lot of experience with digital art when you were younger. However, now this is a big thing for our children, that when they get to play with digital art, this is actually providing them with future work opportunities. If your child has a design eye, they may want to use digital art for creating mock-ups for a client to view. Or they may want to use some graphic design skills to promote a business. While screen time can be looked down upon in some instances, using this for digital art can serve your child very well in their future. If you are considering how you are going to weave in these different streams into the way you like to conduct your homeschool, I have created for you a subject management system workflow. This lays out what all of the different subject areas are from kindergarten to grade 12, what topics are included in those subject areas, and then some ideas for what you want to think about as you go through teaching your child that subject. It gives an area for pre-planning what you want to include that year, and for those that really enjoy the flexibility of not pre-planning, you can even use this as a reverse planner. To find out more, you can check out the link in the description box below. It is found at homeschoolteachingsimplified.com/subject-management-system. And while you're over there, you can check out a little bit more about me. My name is Natalie Burns, and my whole purpose here is to support homeschooling moms to create connection with their children through teaching and learning, so that you can have the freedom to reflect who you are as a family in your homeschool. If this was intriguing and interesting for you and you would like to hear more about the other subjects in this curriculum series, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button so that YouTube knows to show you when the next one comes out. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.